When it comes to sex, we like to think of it as playful, fun, and adventurous, but we're always looking for things to spice it up just a little bit. So, have you ever tried water? Maybe your sex life needs a little bit of a shift, taking it from wet to even wetter. Luring your partner into that rainfall shower is a very provocative way just to flow together. Shower sex is also an appealing option when you are wanting to explore period sex but without the mess. Or perhaps maybe you have roommates and you're looking for something to drown out those moaning sounds. As a young adult, I absolutely hated shower sex, but I was doing it so wrong. But since I figured out how shower sex works for me, I am determined to make you enjoy it, or at least get you to try it my way. That being said though, getting down and dirty and then getting clean is a little bit more hazardous than we were led on to believe. And it isn't for everybody. But if the thought of making whoopee while water cascades down your partner's body is too good to pass up, then you are not alone. But first, let's keep things safe. So let's consider the following shower sex safety protocol before you soak it up and get your groove on. So when it comes to sex, obviously we want to be able to put it in sport mode, but you can't really bring your shoes with you into the shower to grab some traction. So what else is there? I'm sure you've seen it in your grandparents' bathroom, and it's stuck to the bottom of the bathtub or the shower floor. And let me tell you something, baby, they were onto something. It might not have been used for this, but we're gonna use it for it. Invest in some sort of non-slip accessory, because when you take it into the shower, there is extra potential for things to get slippery, whether it's solo or partnered, but especially when it comes to partnered. So let's make that floor a little less slippery and a little bit more grippy. The next thing is to remove everything that is in the shower, almost everything. Certain things, you'll know them. You have a brain, you can leave in the shower, but like that bar soap, that shampoo, that conditioner bottle, things that take up a lot of space and are most likely sitting on a shelf that you're either going to be A, putting your foot on, or B, grabbing onto, or somebody is going to be grabbing onto it. There's potential for you to knock it off the shelf and eat it on it. So that's both distracting and a potential risk to our lives. So just scoop everything up and just ditch it out of the shower. The next one I want to talk about is where you are storing your condoms. You should have a mini stack anywhere where there is potential for you to get it in. I don't care if there's one in each corner of your room. They are there for safety reasons. So let's avoid those little last minute sprints that we take to the bedroom, to the bathroom, which then trails water throughout your place and gives that person potential for sprawling out all over the floor and having an injury. Because when we're wanting to make whippy, obviously we are running real fast. Also, it's really smart to roll the condom on before you get in the shower so that you're avoiding getting water inside of it, because getting water inside of the condom can cause unnecessary chafing and slippage. Now, the last tip I want to give you for the safety protocol is going to be using the right type of lube, because we all know water is wet, but it's not slippery. Therefore, it's not really a substitute at all for lube. My favorite type of lube to use in the shower is going to be a silicone-based lube, because it gives you that super slippery glide, and it won't rinse off as quickly as water-based lube. And if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm just going to use some coconut oil, wrong. Don't do that either. Oil-based lubricants break down condoms. So keep your lube nice and close by, because you're gonna need to reapply. And for the guys out there, I know sometimes you can't be the brightest, but you also don't have a vagina. So don't be thinking that you are creative and reach for the body wash, the shampoo, or the conditioner. Those are not lubricants. That's gonna throw off their pH balance, causing a vaginal infection, which I'm sure doesn't sound fun for any party, especially the vulva owner. Now, I have a little bit of bonus tips for you that aren't related to safety at all, but it will help you keep it sexy, which is exactly why you are watching this video, to spice up your sex life. And after this, I'm gonna give you my top positions to hit it in the shower. So first things first, it really helps if you clean yourself first, because getting shampoo in your eye or conditioner in your mouth isn't really that hot. And like I said, potential for slippage. Now, this doesn't mean you can't use washing your bodies as foreplay, because just because we're in the shower does not mean we get to skip the foreplay, because being wet doesn't mean you're just auto-aroused. So for your warm-up session, try washing your partner's body. I can't think of a better way to explore each other and turn each other on. But remember, keep the soap out of the vagina. And be sure to rinse off really well before you dive into activity. The next one I want to add is don't be so focused on only penetration. Whether in the shower or out of the shower, we all love a little bit of oral. Plus, if you struggle to achieve penetrative sex in the shower, don't sweat it. Water can be tricky and so can height differences. Besides, oral makes itself very handy and helpful in the shower, and so does playing with erogenous zones. But consider this. Use a waterproof toy. Think of them as bath toys for adults. Vibrators, dildos, butt plugs, C-rings. The possibilities are really endless. So like I said, don't be just focusing on that penetration. All right, now that we covered safety and a little bit of our extra bonus tips, now let's talk about those positionings to get you good. All of these are gonna lead to Wet and Wild in a practical position so that you guys can get the most out of your shower experience. Don't worry, I understand a lot of us don't have the gift of being in this beautiful glass big shower with multiple stools. So I thought these positions out very thoroughly because I too do not own that yet. So let's hit it with upright doggy. The person receiving is going to place their hands on the wall or on something in front of them with a slight bend in their knees, allowing the giver to penetrate from behind, whether it be a toy, penis, or fingers. You're also positioned to give your clit a little bit of love, as well as your perineum and other delicious parts. The next one I want to talk about is one of my favorites, and it's called the Captain Morgan, and it sounds exactly the way it looks. Facing each other, one of your partners is going to be lifting up their leg, resting it on the edge of the tub or a seat that you may or may not have. The other partner then enters in from the front with one of our 3 options that I'd mentioned before. If you don't have a bench or a ledge, the giving partner can offer to hold your leg up, but make sure you have something to hold on to. But if you're wanting to do anything rear entry, this position is also amazing for it. Just turn around. Now, this next position is really good for people that struggle with that height difference, because all you're going to do is bring yourself down to the floor. Now, this is going to be cowgirl or cowboy. One partner sits on the floor while the other partner sits on top of their lap facing them. This allows for penetration. This move is also great if you're really concerned about slipping and biting it, because there's no risk of you toppling over and tearing down that whole shower curtain or busting through those glass doors. And with the right angle, you can use this position for backdoor entry. Now, the last position is more for oral, and that's just upright oral. The receiving person is standing while the giver is on their knees beneath them. And another reason for you guys to have that anti-slip mat is also because it adds some cushion for the giver, because it's not going to be so fun when you're on your knees hitting that hard surface. All right, babies, if you enjoyed this video and you want to support my content, click the link down below and cop yourself some of that moody merch. That is all the tips that I have for you in making your shower sex experience 10 times better, because when it's done right, it can be fun, it can be sexy, and extremely refreshing. At the same time, I'm not going to judge you if it's not meant for you. If it's not meant for you, that's totally cool. Take it back to the land. You don't have to do it in the water. Remember, consent and communication are always our #1 things. And I will see you on Monday for another freaky episode.